Yes, g'day and welcome once again to Club Prairie Fire Season 7. That's right, we're up to Season 7. And it is the T20 World Cup season. We're all very excited. We are not just the Italian home of Tequila, Tabasco and the Duckworth Lewis System anymore. No. We are officially your home of all your T20 World Cup news, reviews, reactions, and hard-hitting assessments. Just kidding. We will aim to do that, but we'll probably get sidetracked with tales of Tuesday nights in Scarborough and Tom Moody's suppositories. So strap yourself in. Now, 6 matches down, and already I'm going to say this is the best T20 World Cup we've ever seen. One of the hosts, the West Indies, were very lucky to get it done against the emerging stars of Papua New Guinea. Namibia got pushed by Oman all the way to super over in Barbados. South Africa beat Sri Lanka in a good old-fashioned New York rumble. Afghanistan made short work of Uganda in Guyana. And mighty Scotland smashed England by 10 wickets. Whoever saw that coming, I can't believe it. 10 ducks by the English side. Never seen that before. Anyway, but it was the other host nation, the USA, that have emerged as a cricketing force to be reckoned with. They defeated their Northern Neighbours Canada by 7 wickets. And I tell you what, it only took them a couple of overs to work out that they shouldn't run in a diamond shape. And they realised that, and they started running up and down. Goodness me, weren't they great to watch? Aaron Jones. What about old Jonesy? We have uncovered a new cricketing superstar. 94 runs off 40 balls with 10 home runs. I think it's pretty safe to say we have new sentimental favourites for the tournament with a heavy emphasis on the word sentimental. Right. Lots to talk about, so let's bring in some pretty cool prairie cats. It's the Aussie Wiki, Adam Gilchrist, the England skipper, Michael Vaughan, and the most capped best man for weddings in 2024. It is Ollie Silverton. Welcome, gents.
Oh, g'day.
G'day. How are you, Gilly? Let's start with you.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, primed. I'm absolutely primed in, as you say, the best ever. If it finishes tomorrow, it has eclipsed anything in the T20 world of World Cups anyway, already to this point. The opening night, as you say, Jonah, 94 off 40. That's different level. What a way to launch a tournament. So no, I'm absolutely primed for a huge tournament and can't wait to sink my teeth into this particular episode, let alone the rest of the tournament. Excited.
Vaughany, how are you over there in merry old England?
Yeah, we're excited. Obviously, the tournament starts today. Huge one, England versus Scotland. So we're a bit nervy about that. The Scots gave us a beating in the 50 over format the last time we played, so a few nerves here in the UK. It's starting to rain again. That's now about 474 days on the trot that we've had rain. So we're getting used to that. Bumped into Ollie's dad just the other day.
Right.
And yeah, there was a seat there that Ollie was meant to be sat on. He did let me know about Ollie and his best man duties. And I did ask him how come he was best man at so many weddings, and his father's response was, "No fucking idea."
What, the old man has no idea, or Ollie's got no idea about how to nail down a relationship?
Both. Take that answer both ways. So yeah, good to be on the pod. Looking forward to talking about what's been. I have a bit of a gripe about this pitch in New York. I do have a problem with that pitch. I mean, the outfield, it looks a bit like a farmer's field. It's very slow.
Well, let's save it for when we get into that, Vaughany. I know you're ready to go on that pitch. I understand that. Before we do, Ollie, you are heading over to England tomorrow.
I am. Yeah.
And you are best man again.
This one is MC.
Oh, okay.
This one's MC. So his brother-in-law is marrying my sister. So France golf trip for the weekend is the stag do, and the wedding's 2 weeks later.
Okay.
And then the middle weekend is another wedding, and then I introduced that couple. So yeah, there's a bit going on wedding season.
Do you charge, Ollie, or do you come forward? What is it? Is it?
I pay them to just get invited. No, I just want to. Yeah,
like the night out, do you?
Yeah, just enjoy. But I moved this flight back a week, so I was meant to be at that lunch, but I was a bit busy.
You sure you're not like one of the wedding crashers? Is it Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Sure you're not just pulling off a few of those manoeuvres?
No, I think they were a lot more successful in general with what they did than me. But the one thing from the intro I want to pick up on, Vaughany just went straight over in that we're obviously recording this on the Tuesday night Australia time. You've already announced Scotland win by 10 wickets, then can get bowled out for 0.
Well,
so, prediction or
brave prediction, but I figured it will have already been played by the time people listen to this. So I made the obvious choice, which is a mighty win from Scotland. Vaughany, I'd forgotten they'd beaten them in the 50-over tournament. That actually puts a bit of weight behind my argument.
I think Scotland beat England. I think, Ollie, if you can look at it, I think it was at a place called the Grange. I think that's in Edinburgh. No, England aren't going to lose in Barbados.
Okay.
Barbados. They arrived. I think they arrived there Friday. Again, I live obviously my journalistic life through Instagram of where the players are and what they do, and it was great to see them land in Barbados. And I honestly think within 6 hours they were pegging up at Apes Hill golf course. Now that's what I like to see. Straight on the golf course. Beautiful scenic shots from the likes of Sam Curran, Tommy Hartley. We all want to dance with Tom Hartley. He put a nice picture out there on the Apes Hill course. Beautiful course up there, Gilly. Up in the, there's 3 holes at Apes Hill that you can see the west coast and the east coast. There you go. There's a little bit of scenic knowledge for you. Not many places you can see both sides of the island from 3 different tee boxes. No doubt England would have shot, low figures preparing for the mighty Jocks today.
Yeah, you've got that bang on, by the way. 2018, Scotland posted 371 for 5. Callum McLeod, very Scottish, 140 not out of 94. England bowled out for 365, just 6 short with 7 balls to go in Edinburgh.
Yeah, close chase.
50-over game, was it?
50.
Yeah.
There you go. That's very good.
No, that's amazing. Well, Barbados, that's Sandy Lane territory. I don't know whether we've mentioned about. I stayed a night in Sandy Lane. Took my lovely wife Mel there. For those that don't know, that's proper luxury, Vaughany, isn't it?
Very nice.
On the coast there, west coast of Barbados, beautiful beaches. The Lone Star Tavern, is it, or cafe there as well?
Just a Lone Star, Gil. Just a Lone Star. That's all you call it.
Yeah. So I'm wondering whether England have bumped into Collie, if he's lurking around there, or is he back as part of it?
Collie's got a new dog.
New dog. So I assume that he's not in Barbados. But no,
by the way, that's an official. That's just to clarify. It is an official dog, not like a. He's got a dog.
As in he has a dog. And he's announced that he has a dog.
Canine.
Yes.
He's got a dog.
Is it one that Roloff Wondermerv has? A bullshit? Or is that...
not too sure.
But, yeah, they sprinkled... At Sandy Lane, they had sprinkled rose petals from where you sort of enter the area, a little walkway to your door and open your hotel room door and walk in, rose petals all the way to the bed, which Mel was most impressed. And I'd love to know who put those rose petals down there. And must thank them one day. But it was wonderfully romantic. A good spot to spend time on the west coast of Barbados. But one quick one, guys. What I love about the World Cup, the minnow nations, the lesser known players, and we're talking about Aaron Jones already. You get the chance to meet and know these players. You Google them, you research them, and you learn those little tidbits about them. And I put on Wikipedia of Aaron Jones, he of 94 off 40 balls with 10 home runs, as you said, Prof. Early life on Wikipedia, that little segment, early life. It says Aaron Jones was born in the US to Barbadian parents. That's it. That's his early life.
Oh.
That's the whole segment on him. We love him. We know him. That's all we need to know about Jonah. He just whacks him.
We like Jonah. Just a bit more on Sandy Lane. I must obviously I mentioned the England team pegging up at Apes Hill. I did notice David Warner. He posted a nice pic from the Green Monkey, which is the golf course.
Oh yeah,
3 golf courses at Sandy Lane. There's the Sandy Lane Country Club, which is very wide, and even you pro would have hit a fairway there.
There you go.
Yeah, just 1 or 2. And then there's the Sandy Lane Old Course, which is around the old properties. And then there's the Green Monkey that was built. And I did notice that D. Warner D. Warner had posted a pic from the Green Monkey. So I think what's happening here is that Australia are realising that they're trying to copy England. They really are trying to copy England in terms of prep and getting out and about on the golf course. So it could be a tournament that Australia do quite well in.
Well, Vaughany, you picked Australia, England in that final. And apparently
I don't see many other teams playing golf. I just don't see it.
Apparently it's not going to go to a super over. They're saying it's going to go to a putt off. They're going to head down to the Green Monkey instead.
Sudden death on the 18th.
Yeah.
US Open, like the 18 holes on a Monday.
Like 18 holes on a Monday.
Fuzzy Zeller, Tiger Woods.
It's the playoff hole, isn't it? Playoff.
Yeah.
Who wins that? Who's got the lowest handicap golfer in either side? Are there a scratch marker in each team, I wonder? Any insight into that?
I'm a bit disappointed in the T20 squad because they don't have Zach Crawley who plays off scratch, so England have cut back a bit there.
I think Hunter's over there commentating, so he might get a Guernsey.
Well, it could be like a Ryder Cup scenario where there's a captain and maybe we get Ricky Ponting in to play and captain.
Yep.
Who out of the retired English cricketers, Vaughany, are you the strongest golfer or is there someone else?
No, I wouldn't say so. I would say, I mean, I don't think Triscothic's there with the white ball team, so he's not a bad player. Left-handed, dangerous, bit like Phil Mickelson. Doesn't quite live the life of Phil Mickelson, but he plays left-handed like Phil Mickelson. There's a slight. I'm concerned about the T20 golfing squad. I'll be honest with you. I think that England's strength in their golfing team is with the Test team. Okay. It's all with the Test. Collingwood, Triscothic, Baz McCullum's pretty dangerous. Zach Crawley, Ollie Pope's very, very good at golf. Johnny Bairstow. Johnny Bairstow's with the T20. He's not a bad. He's a bit erratic, a bit aggressive, but he's out there with the T20 squad, so he could help out. But it's one of my big concerns about the T20 team. I don't think they're great at golf.
Have you brought it up with the ECB?
I've been writing emails, left, right, and centre. I just don't understand why they're picking players that don't have a handicap under 5.
Talking of that, how did the BCCI handle your proposal in your PowerPoint presentation that the first picture they saw was a shot of Augusta and the desire to have the Indian team under your coaching reign go and play at the famous venue of the Masters?
Well, it's very difficult to get on, but if there's any organisation that could get their team on Augusta, I'd say it's the BCCI and Jay Shah. I think he'd turn a few little corners there for a few players. Look, all you have to look at India and India cricket. Sachin Tendulkar, the legend, the god, the man with the worst statue in Mumbai at the Wankhede, but still he's a god. We'll forgive him for that. He's playing golf. Yuvi Singh, what's he doing now? Playing golf. So I think Indian cricket get it completely wrong, where these players seem to concentrate far too much on cricket throughout their cricketing career and then turn to golf after.
Yeah.
So my proposal to Jay and the team at the BCCI was obviously the presentation was all about getting kids into golf first, and then they can play cricket.
If you want ICC trophies, play off scratch.
So I want an ICC trophy, an official one. I'm not talking about that silly Champions Trophy that was won in 13 or 14 in England, where they managed to just get over the line against England. I think it was at Edgbaston. I was there. England actually strolled that game. And should have won that game. So morally, that trophy actually is England's. But the official last trophy they won was 2011, and they'd just not played enough golf.
Yeah.
Well, this is all great. There is a World Cup going on, guys. So I don't know whether you want to talk about any of the results. I'm happy to skip it. Let's start with this. Let's start with Ollie's. You have another social update. You've got to sell this Discord channel for us.
I do. Well, yes, that's right. www.clubprairiefire.com.au is where you can join our Discord. And we had a great one last week. We sort of put out there, didn't we? And we'll do it at the end. I'll tell you the teams who would be the best 11s, captained by Gilly and Vaughany, of our guests so far. And someone has answered that question. There's been another portrait done or put through, of the guys. And basically just asking whatever questions they want to know. So that is where you can find us on Discord. And there'll be some other content going through there. And the big one on Discord announced last week, we're now going to open to everyone, is there's some merch, limited edition hats, and this is for the main show now. You can get on. They've had a week to buy them. So it's from thecheapseats.au, and then you will see there's a Club Prairie Fire tab there. You can get hats. There's a couple of T-shirts, Baz Bollocks, and everything else. So that is the big overall merch update.
Wow.
So
and obviously, you go.
So it's in Discord where we reveal those 211s, is it?
It's going to be in Discord where we reveal them this week. We're really just saving the good stuff.
Very good. Sign up, get involved. It's a lot of fun on there. Now, folks, yes, the T20 World Cup, as we mentioned, in full swing, and what an absolute barn burner to get us going. Obviously, the USA, they won by 7 wickets. They defeated their Northern Neighbours Canada, as I mentioned. I have to admit, was quite a good little game to watch, albeit that I watched the 5-minute mini, but that 5-minute mini was absolutely outstanding. Wasn't it great to see Smithy commentating? He's a man that's used to calling, obviously, World Cup finals between England and New Zealand, or the big countries, but he jumped on the first one, USA Canada. Absolutely great to hear him. Guys, did you catch this game? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't see it.
Terrific. Gilly, did you?
I was actually in Melbourne on a Year 7 father-son footy trip with my son. So I did jump on and literally live on my device to see the Jones boy clubbing sixes left, right and centre. I only saw 8 balls bowled before my phone ran out of battery, and he hit 6 of them for 6. So he made a real impression on me, but I did catch up later on the score and saw that the hometown boys got up. Did you know they played the first ever international game of cricket? Ever?
I saw this. Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What year was that?
1844.
1844. Who did they play?
No, USA versus Canada in New York.
Oh, they were the first ever game, were they?
Ever international game of cricket.
Wow. Didn't know that.
So, well, and even beyond that, Gilly, I believe the first recorded match of cricket where they did a score was in America as well, between New York City and the London 11 in 1751.
Oh, there you go.
New York is proving to be the spiritual home of cricket. And the other little fact I got, you might have seen this one, Gilly, is that when Congress was debating on what to call the head of its new nation, obviously when America broke away from Britain, when they did independence, John Adams suggested president because that was the name that was used for the heads of the cricket clubs in America.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they have a president. So
thanks for that.
This might be the most sophisticated chat ever on this show.
Absolutely.
Just on the, I've only seen the scorecard of that game, and I'm great to see Jonesy smash his 94. The crowd, was there anyone there? Just trying to get the feel of whether, cricket. We're talking cricket. Can it kind of grab the United States audience? Can the Americans get properly into cricket?
I went looking for crowd numbers. Just back quickly to that point, Prof, I'm just trying to imagine Donald Trump as president of the local cricket club down up north in Scarborough or somewhere. He'd make an impression, wouldn't he?
Like golf, so it'd be good.
Yeah.
The ECB.
I went looking today, Vaughany, on that point for crowd numbers on the ICC official T20 World Cup website. Couldn't find any.
I did
not that there's been no one at the game, but I couldn't find any official numbers. So maybe I'm in the wrong spot.
I think there's a reason for that. I did watch yesterday's game, Sri Lanka versus South Africa, and I look, we're in television, and we love a good producer.
Yeah,
I love the build up, and it was Ravi. Ravi was on at the start, building up the game. It's the greatest game ever. It's fantastic what Ravi does, and obviously the producer was just on just getting to that small segment in the crowd. Just make sure you so actually at the start, it looked like there was going to be a sellout. It looked packed, and then suddenly the drone shot arrived. The drone shot did for them. He gave the game away. There was no one there.
Yeah. Well, the same with Rovman Powell's interview before the game. That struck up a social media storm with the fact there was literally no one in the grandstand behind him either. And that's a home game for the West Indies.
Yeah.
Well, they
Started
reported
that game at 10 a.m.
I mean,
So
seriously, in the Caribbean, the game's at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
They've not even come in, these people.
Harbour Lights are still open until 11 a.m. So you're not leaving there.
But maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to get that crowd, the crowd that hasn't been to bed, and just get them to come straight through, keep them dancing. It's not a bad shout.
Yeah, not bad. Not out that.
I got a figure of 12,500 at that South Africa Sri Lanka game. At that,
Really?
you're not buying it.
Well, at some stage they clearly would have had a few more coming in later in the day, but the first 15, 20 minutes where I was kind of studying this South Africa team, particularly the bowling attack, bowling on an absolute shit pit of a pitch. It was a shocker. Let's be honest, that was a stinking. By the way, I think the Australians
that is a bit of a concern for the rest of the
Adelaide
tournament.
Oval have produced that pitch.
Doesn't change there.
Anything about that? They've obviously produced a little bit of a spicy one. Not too sure India, Pakistan is going to love that kind of surface. But yeah, there wasn't a huge crowd there. But it's early stages, I guess. Just everyone's trying to jockey for positions in. Has he gone, Gilly?
He might. Is he? I think Gilly might have frozen. He's looking very intently.
When I mentioned Australian ground staff preparing that pitch.
Yeah.
So he's disappeared. But we'll just carry on with the chat. Yeah, it's so clearly there'd have been a few more there later on in the day, but early stages, it's a long tournament. I'm guessing it's the longest T20 World Cup of all time. It goes on for quite a long while, and I'm sure as we get to the stage where the games really do matter, I'm sure they'll be jam-packed.
Good to have Gilly back. The friend of the show who sends in a lot on socials. This came in from Kamara Malakarachi. He said he was very upset with Sri Lanka, but he said it wasn't all bad for Sri Lanka. Did you see this? Now, Vaughany, I don't know if you've played in the Dorset Cricket League, but Kumar Sangakkara rocked up on the weekend in the 5th division, batting at 5, got 68 off 50 balls, 5 fours, 4 sixes. He was then bowled by a lad, Kingston Lacey's John Burns, clean bowled him, and then he bowled 7 overs and got 1 for 32. So he just wanted to say it wasn't all bad for Sri Lankans.
Was he wearing his Sri Lankan helmet there?
Yeah, he does seem to have his gear on. So just what is Dorset Cricket League in the 5th tier, of Dorset Cricket League like Vaughany? Is it up there with
it'll be strong. It'll be strong. I mean, I'm guessing he's in the 5th league because he's not quite good enough to get in the 4th, the 2nd or 1st at the minute. So Kumar's just trying to work his way up, which is good. He's had a good start. Particularly with the ball in hand.
Did you say he's genuinely wearing a Sri Lankan international helmet?
In the photo here.
We don't know if that's from the actual game or an early test match, though. It looks like maybe a couple of fans.
I think that's important. Again, the humbleness of Kumar to just rock up, and they obviously didn't know who he was. He was just reminding that, look, I may have played for Sri Lanka 1 or 2 times, so it was nice.
Because that was when your state players, the real big heads, used to go back to club cricket in Australia, and they'd wear their state Sheffield Shield helmet and put tape. They'd put the thinnest little bit of tape over the badge to pretend to be covering it up to make sure that they were representing their club team. But they just left enough of the badge to show everyone that it was indeed a New South Wales helmet and that everyone had to know that they were a Sheffield Shield cricketer. So complete flogs. Not saying Kumar's a flog. He's a wonderful.
No, just on something. I should go back to the start when I mentioned your dad, Ollie. I was again slightly put back when your father came up to me and said, I believe your son's going out to Australia this winter and Ollie's going to be his wingman.
Yeah. He obviously listened to last week's show when I offered to show him Coogee and Bondi.
A bit like Brian Lara took you under your wing in there at Jack's.
Jack's, yeah. Well, I'll get him on Raya. That's fine.
Vaughany, if your son, obviously being in Coogee and Bondi, if at any point your son wants to meet an Australian, let me know and we'll take him somewhere else. And then he can come to a different suburb and then he can meet one of the locals. Has he spent much time out here, your son?
He's been there a few times. He's looking forward to coming out, having a bit of a hit. Yeah, to see how he goes.
Is he playing with Randwick Beats?
There's a whisper that he might be playing at the Coogee. Yeah, I mean, it's officially in my contract that anyone that's associated with me has to be at the Cooge. So.
Very good. Very exciting. All right. Well, there you go. So it was a stink. What do you call it? A shit pitch, a stink pit, a stinker. What was it, Vaughany? How did you?
No, but let's be serious. We're trying to get the States are trying to grab this game of cricket, right? They've got the MLC, the Major League Cricket League, started last year, did okay. It's extended this year. But the most important thing about the game of cricket is the pitch. You've got to have a good pitch. We need the ball to be flying out. As you say, we need home runs. What is a little in baseball? What is it when they just dink it and just go to first base? What's that called?
Bunt,
what's it called?
A
Is it a bunt?
A single?
A bunt? Is it a bunt or a
with a B?
Yeah, with a B.
Yeah.
They don't want to see bunting. They want to see. You know what I mean?
They want to see. Yeah. Big hits, big bunts.
Blokes getting bunted.
Yeah, that's right. We want more big bunts, not a little bunt.
Angelo Mathews is still running around, guys. Speaking of great Sri Lankans, this is his.
How old is he?
He's 37. This is his 6th tournament, and believe it or not, he was the second top scorer for Sri Lanka. He got 16 off 16, which apparently, if you do the maths based on the pitch, it's about 110 off 30 on a regular pitch. So he did all right. But it was Mendes, Kasal Mendes, who got 19 off 30, who was the top scorer for Sri Lanka in their worst ever run total for T20 cricket. So they'd be wanting to forget it.
Most crucially, my man, Heinrich Klaassen, who's going to be the second best player this tournament after Joss Butler, 19 not out of 22, getting his eye in early for a mega tournament, as predicted last week.
I do think, I know we mentioned South Africa in quite a few World Cups and potential semi-finalists, and can they cope with that? Their team is electric.
Yes.
That bowling attack, Janssen, Rabada, Nokia, I think he got 4 for 7, didn't he? 4 for 7 off 4.
He did, like that. Off 4, yeah.
And I love the little Maharaj. Whew. Left arm tweaker at his best, just little subtle little variations. That bowling attack, I reckon you could say, maybe they lack another spinner, high-class spinner, so if the pitches get a bit dustier, it could become a problem. But that seam attack and the Maharaj, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah, might just hold them up a little bit if they get over to the Caribbean wickets. Might just change the dynamic. But on those sort of wickets, going to be tough to compete with.
Is he in the squad? Shamju rings people up off his phone when he gets a wicket. Is he in the squad?
He does the magic tricks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in there. He's in the squad.
So all right. So when it goes to the dustier pitches, the phone might come out. Got a chance.
That'll be good. There's a chance. Now you're talking about amazing bowling attacks. We might shuffle onto another game that took place. Afghanistan, Uganda. Afghanistan winning by 125 runs. Their bowling attack is something to behold. I mean, Fazal Haq Faruqi, he took 5 for 9 off 4, which I think you'd say isn't too bad in a T20 match. But, I mean, look at who they've got there. They've got Majib. They've got, obviously, Rashid Khan, Muhammad Nabi. This is a formidable bowling attack. Yeah. I know, Ollie, you picked them as your minnow, which none of us believe because they're not actually minnows.
$80 to win it. That's a minnow. $80. I like it.
Amazing bowling attack, boys. I mean, they could probably go pretty deep with that. What do you reckon?
Yes. Well, they were good in the 50s, so you would say that 20-over cricket, they have more experience, more quality. You won't want to come across them. I mean, look at those figures. 4 overs, 5 for 9.
It's the fourth best in World Cup history, T20 World Cup history.
They're not the worst batting lineup either. They've got some power up the top that's gaining more and more experience around. They got an IPL winner sitting at the top of the order there, the recent winner there. So yeah, they got some.
They got the president strolling in at number 4, Nabi.
Yeah.
The president. He's getting on a bit, but what a cricketer he is, Gulbadin.
He's loving the opportunity to actually get a bat or a bowl in a game that he's been selected in, as opposed to the IPL. Didn't bowl and didn't bat so many times, but they wouldn't name him as a sub.
Yeah, I'd say if they play on, get on pitches that just spin a little bit,
Yeah.
and there's no real pace and bounce, and they're just slow turners, they're going to be a team very difficult to beat.
I think the footnote to that is they did play Uganda, but
yeah, but Uganda are good. Uganda have got. Let's just go through the Uganda team. They've got some.
Yeah.
They had an iffy day. Obviously, ball up 58. Obviously, the wrong end of the toss. They got Ronak Patel at the top. Makaza at number 3 is a good player.
I think it came down to the toss. They sent them in, and the captain after said,
"Yeah, well, they got it wrong. They just got it wrong. They did not
misread it, did he?
He did.
Yeah, misread it. The skipper just didn't quite do his research. Masaba is the skipper. Oh God, he's had a bad day. He's not only put him in, but he was out first ball as well. Let's see if he bowled. And his ball. Oh, he got a couple of wickets, 4 overs, 2 for 21. The skipper, so he bowled nicely. Made a poor decision at the toss and got a first baller. So not all doom and gloom for the skipper. They'll come back. They'll be better for the run out.
Now, what was your worst decision at the toss, Vaughany?
Worst decision.
Is there any one that jumps out?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think I've had any kind of times where it was a real. I think against South Africa, Henley might have won the toss and batted and got bowled for 220 or 230.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't think we've had any. I can't remember.
No sort of Nasser Hussain at the Gabba type scenario.
Don't think so. Maybe in one-day cricket, I'd have had a few.
Yeah,
that wasn't to do with my decision at the toss. We were just shit.
Touching on that Uganda result, because I know the listeners will remember from season 2, we pretty closely followed that East Africa T20 Cup that they lost one game, didn't they? But they won 11 of 12 against Tanzania and Rwanda. The whole player of the tournament isn't there, Kenneth Waswe. So I think that'll be part of their problem.
He's not been picked.
Well, I don't know, and I will be looking into that. But he wasn't in the 11, and that he got player of the tournament and has again a brilliant Wikipedia page. So we'll be looking into that for sure.
Matt, what sort of details? What details on his early life on Wikipedia?
He's from Uganda.
Does it say he was born?
He's from Uganda. That's it.
He has a birth date. Yeah.
You don't need any more than that. Hey, gents, I wanted to talk about one of the all-time. What would you say? It's like a single-handedly won a game for a team. Oman, Namibia.
Yep. Yeah,
so, man, Namibia won, and obviously we're big in Namibia. #1 podcast. The man who basically won the game for Namibia on his own, a man named David Visa.
Yeah. He played for Yorkshire.
Yeah, played for South Africa.
Yeah.
Yep. Dual international.
Did you see what he did in this match?
I did. It was.
Take us through it.
Well, they're chasing 109, 110 for victory. They need 5 to win off the last over, and old D Visa is out there. He's cut a long story short, they balls it up. It's a tie. He ends up 9 not out off 8 balls, having picked up 3 for 28 with the pill in hand, the bowling component of the match. And he says, right, I'm going to just go out there and open the batting in the super over. Takes, 13 off 4. They get 21 off their super over. Then he says, I'm going to take the ball as well, and runs in with the prune, picks up 1 for 10, defends it. So that's a proper day out for D Visa.
But it's league pro, that.
Yeah, that is. That's take the hat around the ground and get the chip in for the jugs of beer later on, isn't it? A collection.
By the way, does that happen in Australia, Gil? If young Archie gets a 50 down the coos, can he take the hat down the beach?
Typically, it's either the player or a family member that is there watching and supporting that has to buy everyone else a beer. If the overseas player gets 50 or 100, so look out for that one.
Yeah, he won't be getting a 50.
Right, bring him in on 49.
Yeah, just retiring. It's enough.
Now, somebody that might become a bit of a favourite of the pod is young man Ruben Trumpelman. I don't know if you saw him strutting about I like the cut of his jib. He's got the long blonde flowing locks. He's a big left arm, tall lefty, bangs him in. He's for Namibia. He got 4 for 21, and he's an excitement machine, guys. I know we got all around Rolly at the last World Cup. I think it might be time to get round the Trump. I mean, it's the season. Take a look at him if you get a chance. Ruben Trumpelman.
Does he give it a bit? Does he swing it? I mean, the difficulty with some of these games is that they're actually through the middle of the night UK time, and there's some games that are mid-afternoon. It's quite difficult to keep up to speed. I mean, you get the highlights and stuff. So, did he swing it, or was he just sheer pace, or
bit of both? Sheer pace, nice leap. He takes off
Marco Janssen style, was he?
He's not that big. Well, how big's Janssen? He's 6'9", is he?
Yeah, he's big dude.
Yeah, I know. He'd be tall though. I'm going to say, have you got his height? Maybe 6'2", 6'3".
How do you spell his name?
T-U Trump, as in the president, and then B-L-M-A-N-N. First name Ruben, like the sandwich.
R-E-U? Ruben.
No. Yeah. R-U-B-E-N. I hope you don't Google this and it turns out he was the umpire or something, and I've got it completely wrong.
I'm looking forward to this game later on here in the UK, the Netherlands versus Nepal. Now, anyone that saw the Nepal team qualifying and the celebrations and the crowd that were there when they got that qualification sorted, I reckon there might be a decent crowd in Dallas for that one. The Orange Army generally travel, and Nepal they'll be noisy. I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah, is there any altitude in Dallas? I know they're a team that likes to play above sea level. Nepal.
I think there's a bit of rain.
Bit of rain. Is it sea level?
They prefer to play. Sorry, did you say they prefer to play above sea level?
Nepal, yeah, they want to be up around 2,000 meters.
I'm glad they're not playing below sea level. She's a wet old track.
Hey, what about this little game tomorrow? India Ireland on the same track that we saw Sri Lanka versus South Africa.
Yep. Oof. Yeah, saw that. Geez, I'm just having a look at Ruben's highlights. He was a macram like with his in swinging. We might. Well, Vaughany, let's both reach out and we'll see who he responds to. Let's see if we can get him on the pod, Ruben. He looks like a good character.
The president on.
He'll be on Instagram, will he?
Yeah, that's where I'm looking at his highlights on his Instagram page that he's posted. So I think he's happy with his day's work.
Let's throw him out there. Let's throw him a DM. Slide into his DMs, Gil.
We'll slide in there, okay? I'm going to hit follow and then going to send him a message. And you do the same, Vaughany. We'll see who can lure him on.
No, I think that's all the games that we've covered. Gents, something I like to do at the start of a tournament is to pick the group of death. I don't think we covered that last week. If I run through them, have you got them in front of you? Can you bring up the groups, guys? Group A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
And then the group of death.
That dog's barking in the background too.
Yeah.
Group of death and the group of life. So who's got the hardest run? Who's got the easiest?
The easiest. So two qualify. India, Pakistan's groups, an easy group.
Yep.
Group A,
although our man Aaron Jones might have something to say about that. Jonesy stays at the top of the tree at the minute, but I guess there's only been one game in that league.
Didn't Ireland just recently beat Pakistan? And just on that,
I made a mistake.
I see you received a very strong apology from one certain bloke on social media.
Yeah, he did. Apologise.
I didn't see it. Who was it?
Yeah, the bloke that had a crack at Vaughany, saying that they should have been at the IPL, the Pommy players.
Well, I'll get it up. It's
he came back with his tail well and truly between his legs.
And let me just.
I don't think that has ever happened in the history of social media.
No,
you just delete the tweet, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me try and find. I'll try and find it. It's here somewhere.
Okay. Well, I'm going to nominate, while you're doing that, I'm going to nominate the group of death. as I'm going to say.
C.
Group C, you think?
Yeah.
West Indies, Papua New Guinea, Afghanistan,
There he
New
is,
Zealand.
lads.
Here we go.
You were right. The IPL playoffs would have been better preparation for England instead of playing these T20 matches against Pakistan. We are just not worthy. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. You were right. Hey, Michael. I'm sorry.
That was a recorded message.
Yeah, and I just went apology accepted. It's had 1 million views.
Oh, that's. I mean, as you say, Prof, that's very noble of that young chap to get on there in front of the world, the cricketing world, and apologise like that. So well done him.
It's not a great sign for Pakistan when he's a big fan of Pakistan cricket. He always supports them, and he's basically ruling them out.
I noticed they picked a new wiki for that tournament.
Yeah, they've got a new. I'm a bit perplexed by that because they've got Rizwan, who's a brilliant wicketkeeper. Batter. I'd have thought Rizwan behind the stumps would be better, but that's the way that they've gone.
Well, how did he look? I've only seen a couple of social media clips, which is very tough to judge because it's a harsh world, social media, as you found out. How did he look? Did you get to see him go around much?
Yeah, I mean, I did the game last Thursday at the Oval. England chased down 158 inside 16 overs. It was an absolute stroll in the park. Assam Khan is the wicketkeeper. He got he got done by a bit of pace. Mark Wood. Tamar Mills, who was working with us and played in the Pakistan Super League, tells us he's a brilliant player of spin. So he can whack spin. My problem for Assam Khan will be I don't think many teams will bowl much spin at him. I think they'll pepper him.
Yeah.
He dropped an easy one, Gil, behind the stumps. Dead. It's difficult the Oval now and again with the 3,000 or 4,000 fans behind the bowler's arm, absolutely smashed, waving their arms all over the place, and the ball comes when he dropped quite an easy one. But then he took a good one. But they're going with him. They're going with him. They're going to stick with him apparently, which is surprising because I'd be picking Rizwan.
There you go. You know Pakistani cricket better than anybody. We've learned that.
Yes, I'm all over it.
You do. Now, gents, we are running short on time here. I'm going to race through just the next fixtures coming up.
By the way, did we say the group of death or
Group C? Definitely. I think the 3 of Afghanistan, New Zealand, and West Indies. So one of those 3 is going to miss out. So they're the 3 sort of bigger nations in amongst who else is in there? Uganda and PNG.
Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea nearly surprised the West Indies.
They did.
Yeah.
Group C, right? And we said Group of Life is Group A, although we'll wait to see how Pakistan goes. All right. Real quick,
I don't know. Australia will be right, but the rest of that group, Oman, Scotland, there's nothing certain there.
That's the easy group. England and the Aussies have got the easy group.
Okay. Group of Life. Group B.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Hey, real quick fixtures before we get into this quiz. England take on Scotland. They will have taken them on yesterday. Take a guess as to what happened, gents.
England pumped them.
I think England will win. I think England will. They've got the bit of their mojo back. England.
Very
they
good.
Look powerful.
And Phil Salt lived in Barbados for 8 years, so it's like the prodigal son coming home. So
Phil Salt, Jofra Archer, Chris Jordan.
Oh well, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, right.
And Freddie Flintoff's got some good form in Barbados as well, going back to 2007, and he's the assistant coach. So,
right. There you go. All right, the Dutch taking on the Nepalese. Take a guess. That'll have happened already by the time we do this as well.
I think the Dutch will be too strong. The Orange Army.
I think it's an upset. Nepal.
Nice.
Love it. And then the following day, India, Ireland. Bit of a sneaky one, Ireland. We're not certain, are we?
On a dicey little track.
Apparently, India had to train for this game because obviously there's no cricket training venues as such in Europe. They've had to train in a park. I don't think it was Central Park. But I saw the quote from Rahul Dravid that the Indian side they had to train in a park.
And security was an issue it's been interesting again, isn't it? Because once in their warm-up, another big hug from a fan, Rohit Sharma, and then the policeman came on with guns in America, letting the fan know, and Rohit was just saying, please be gentle. But he got another hug on the outfield. Friend of the show.
Yeah. Papua New Guinea, Uganda. The PNG looks strong against the Windies, gents.
I'm going to go PNG.
Yeah, same.
PNGs. And then Australia, Oman.
Where's that game?
Barbados.
Kensington Oval, Bridgetown.
Because it's going to make a difference? Is that what you...
Well, I'm just trying to think. Barbados could be... The only thing that can do the likes of England and the Aussies in Barbados is the Mount Gay extra old rum.
Yeah.
And I think they've got a few in each team that like a bit of the Mount Gay extra old rum. So it's the only thing that could take both those teams down in Barbados from what I can see. I think the Aussies will just get over the line, but it'd be a close one. I
did read a quote when from Ashton Agar said that when all the Aussie boys finally got there, some of them raced home from the IPL for 2 days. Some of the baggage got delayed, so they had 2-hour transit time or 2-day transit times getting through the US. They finally got together and they went out on a harbour cruise or a boat cruise down the west coast of Barbados, and they were sitting back having a drink together. And I think Ashton Agar said it was Marcus Stoinis who said, look, I don't reckon any of the other teams would be doing this before a World Cup, sitting having a few drinks on a cruise around an island. Like, I reckon I know one, and that'd be England. So you're right. That might be the thing that brings them down in and around the Caribbean, both those two teams, being too social.
Yeah, they'll do well in Barbados. Perfect island for both the teams.
Very, very good. All right, hey, all that's left to do, Ollie, have you got some sort of World Cup-themed quiz for us?
I do, and that's why you may have seen us looking down a lot. I wrote a quiz, the things that have happened this week, and you named all 5 of them during the show, so I had to keep changing those. So let's see how this goes. Trivia, T20 World Cup, the last few days. Number 1, gentlemen, how many wickets did the USA win by in the opening game?
7.
6.
7 is the correct answer. Well done, Gilly. Point there off the mark. So 5 questions.
Because the 8th ball before my phone cut out and died was a wicket where they lost their 3rd wicket, and I knew that they didn't lose any more. So
there you go. So it's 1 question from each game so far. So number 2 is, who was man of the match in the West Indies v PNG game?
Jonesy.
No, he plays for America.
He plays for America.
But he was that good.
Very true. Very true. I think it's not a Jonesy that plays for the West Indies as well. It was Roston Chase now.
Yeah, Roston Chase.
It was Roston Chase, 42 not out, and Lewis, yeah. Well done. David Visa, we've mentioned, he got bought by Royal Challengers Bangalore in 2015 IPL. In US dollars, how much did he go for? Near his wins.
For a few quid.
Mm.
I'm going to say 800,000.
I'm going to say 68,000.
There's a bit of a gap there, and there's a bit of maths. The answer's 460,000. So Gilly's 390 off, Vaughany's 340 off. Yeah, Vaughany's got it.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
This is good. 2-2, folks. This is exciting.
I don't have a tiebreaker, so let's hope not. Okay, how many overs did it take South Africa to chase down the 88 posted by Sri Lanka?
Oh, I was watching it.
Good quiz.
I reckon
15.
they hit the winning runs in, I think it was the 18th over.
15, 18. It's 15th over, so that's 14 point something. 18th over, 17 point something. It's Gilly, 16.2. Oh. So you are 4 balls closer, technically. Yeah.
Well done.
3-2
to Gilly.
How many did Uganda get bowled out for in their game? Closest gets the point.
Who did they play? Uganda versus...
It was 58.
Yeah, it was 58, yeah.
Bang on, Gilly. Very impressive.
There we go. Is that it?
That was it. The one thing I did notice that it may be tough to get a show for. We may need a quick word on next time we speak. This weekend there's a couple of games. India, Pakistan, England, Australia.
Oh, so we won't be on before that happens?
Not this weekend.
Oh, goodness me. Well, let's do that real quick. England, Australia, gents. Who's going to win that one? Well picked up, Ollie.
England, it's in Barbados, yeah?
Stand by. It is in...
Scrolling. Just while you're looking that up, I just think my starting lineup for... Sorry, where is it?
Barbados, and India, Pakistan the next day is New York.
Yeah, on that track. I think Australia's batting lineup: Warner, Head, Marsh, Maxwell, Stoinis, Tim David, Matt Wade, Pat Cummins, Ashton Agar, Mitchell Stark, Adam Zampa. I think Hazelwood might be the one that misses out. I think they're going to play Agar. That's a little hunch there. And if so, they've got only 2 players different from the title win of 2021, 2.5 years prior. So just Finch and Smith. Well, maybe 3 players different because Hazelwood was in there, wasn't he? So there you go, little tidbit. What do you reckon your England lineup's going to be, Vaughany?
Well, it'll be, I'll tell you what it'll be. It'll be Butler, Salt, Jacks, Bairstow, Brook, Ali. It'll be Chris Jordan, probably, Jofra Archer, Reece Topley, Adil Rashid.
There you go. See how close we are.
And the victor?
England will win.
Australia will smash them.
England will win that.
Don't know why I asked.
No, yeah.
Yes. Gents, India, Pakistan. Vaughany, which way are you leaning?
Well, I saw Pakistan last week at the Oval, and I have to say they looked very average. But it's Pakistan and it's World Cups, and generally they find a little bit of something. I just don't think they've got enough power. I mean, Fakhar Zaman can whack it, but I just don't see they've got enough brutal. But if it's an iffy wicket, which it probably will be, and it's a 140 game, they've got half a chance. They have got, but it goes beyond 160, 170. I just don't see that they've got the power. But India have to do something in this World Cup, so all the pressure is on India.
Is that coming from a person that's about to become the coach? Is that you better do something or else?
Well, I'm studying them closely, obviously, with things that's happening behind the scenes. But yeah, I think India will beat Pakistan because I just think Pakistan are very average at the minute.
Yeah, the last thing you need if you're about to inherit a team is them to lift the trophy because it's only one way and that's down. You need them to bottom out again. Like the 2007 World Cup in the Caribbean, funnily enough. So, no, but I'm going with India.
There we go.
There we go. Very good. Hey, all that's left to do, gents, is to remind people where they can find us at Club Prairie Fire on all socials. Also, you can join us on Discord. That's at www.clubprairiefire.com.au. Also, merch is available up the cheap seats.
From the cheap seats.
That makes more sense. From the cheap seats, there is then there's a tab that you can click on, Club Prairie Fire. You can find some of our stuff. Gilly, all that's left to do is the toast, mate.
Yeah, and I'll just mention, Ollie, well done on conjuring up a swift little quiz there. And you're caught out again because not for the first time in the last couple of weeks, we've had a guest absolutely ready, set to go, and just at last-minute changes meant we couldn't get there. So you've had to just push that quiz aside that's specific to that guest. Fear not, listeners and viewers, the 2 guests who are very, very big names in the world of cricket, particularly T20 cricket and World T20 cricket. They'll be here. Don't worry, they'll be here coming very, very soon. But I'm just going to D-Visa, $430,000 US back in, when was it, 2015, did you say? Whatever the case, a sterling effort. That is old Club Pro. That's under 12 stuff. I'm going to open the batting, open the bowling. Look out, he'll have the pads on wicket-keeping next game. Well done to him. Cheers.
Cheers. Very good.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.
Later.
Thanks for watching. I cannot believe you made the end, but glad you did. Chuck us a like and also subscribe so we can get some sponsors.